Like you said, all I want for Wayne is for Wayne to get stronger, for Wayne to get leaner, for Wayne to understand what he's capable of at the age of 78. Clark, you're almost 60, bro. Have you looked at yourself lately? You look better than everybody else. You're fine. You can just stay right where you're at.
You're just talking about you want to be strong today. I'm talking about us in a year, in 2 years. I'm looking at this. And so
Yeah. And I'll tell you the reason. You said some people might not like Bobby Knight. And I'll tell you the exact reason why some people might not like Bobby Knight, Michael Hearn, Clark Bartram, is because when you understand that that is your zone of genius, like that is your zone of genius. That is Bobby Knight's zone of genius. That is my zone of genius. Seeing potential in people and being able to bring it out when they can't see it in themselves. So when you're operating in your zone of genius, it affects people. It's polarizing because maybe they're not operating in their zone of genius. And when you're doing things to pull them out, or somebody is witnessing you doing that to somebody else, they're going to judge it, because they're not in their zone of genius operating at a level that most people can't understand or comprehend. So what's the natural thing for a human to do? Get mad. Oh, Michael Hearn's an idiot. Clark Bartram is full of himself. Mona, who does she think she is? You know, it's like, this is what people do because they're not used to being at a level, you know, they call it rarefied air for a reason. You know, when you get up to certain heights in life, you have to protect yourself because the air is thinner up there.
That's wow. We took it today, man. I love this. I love this because I think you're so right about that judging when they see this. And I hope that everybody that's on here in the Titan crew and with Clark and even Heath Evans, we want the best for you guys. And I know sometimes I have a guy come over that I train, and sometimes we get into debates and arguments. And at no point do I not want the very best for him. And the information I'm getting, he just can't, even though he's been with me for almost 10 years, it's hard for him to digest that thing. I'm like, you're just talking about you want to be strong today. I'm talking about us in a year, in 2 years. I'm looking at this. And so I fully understand that is hard. And when you say something on your talks with these guys and you're so honest and true, it could be taken harsh, but man, to me, I love that. I love living in that. I don't know. I wouldn't call it aggression, and maybe society calls it aggression, but just that.
It's passion. Passion is misinterpreted as aggression. I get accused of it all the time. My passion manifests itself in a way where my hands are moving, my energy is like, in your face, and people back off. They're like, oh, you're so angry. And it's like, no, I'm not angry. You know, it's like in Rocky 3, it's like, you know, he's transforming into something that is going to create the result that is necessary. So people see me with Wayne all the time, you know, my guy that I train. And they're saying, you're so mean to him. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm trying to communicate with him in a way that I know he needs in order to get my message across that's only going to make him better. Like you said, all I want for Wayne is for Wayne to get stronger, for Wayne to get leaner, for Wayne to understand what he's capable of at the age of 78. No differently than you want Bryce to achieve that. And here's the problem with people who are successful sometimes. It's hard to break through because they've achieved so much greatness in other areas of their life. And then when you're interfering with their train of thought in one area, it gets clouded by other things, and it's hard for them to open up and allow, even though they've hired you as a coach, there's always going to be a resistance when you break through a new level. It's called an upper limiting problem. We have problems with upper limits in our life, a glass ceiling, someone would refer to it as. We get to that point and we got to break through, and it takes a coach to help you break through. Like I have coaches, and you're one of my coaches. Mona's one of my coaches. And, you know, I have other coaches.
Even more, because I think people don't understand. Each time you go to this new level and you're stressed or scared, that's a good thing because you've never got that high. And then you break through. And I said this in a conversation the other day. I said, man, I'm taking to my body to a whole nother limit and this and that. And they're like, well, don't you think that you had to become this individual to be able to do that? And I was like, oh, I never thought about that. The way I think, the way I approach it and stuff. So talk to them about how you continue to, I mean, honestly, I could be a little patronizing here and go, Clark, come on, buddy. You're closing in on 60. Chill. Bring it down a notch. Don't try so hard. Call it in. What is that? Why is that patronizing to you and me compared to you going, forget that. That's not me. I want to go.
Yeah, I avoid those conversations with people all the time. And the more you avoid those conversations, the easier it becomes to break through those upper limiting problems and the glass ceiling and all of the stuff that we all encounter, like you said. And when we encounter them, we have to eliminate the upper limit problem. And that is the old voice coming into us and saying, oh, Clark, you're almost 60, bro. Have you looked at yourself lately? You look better than everybody else. You're fine. You can just stay right where you're at. Well, no, I don't. It's not me against somebody in the gym. It's me like taking advantage of my full potential. I had this conversation about genetics the other day, and the guy said, dude, that's a cop out. You say you're all genetics. I didn't say I was all genetics. I said I had a genetic potential that I've maximized, that I'm not done maximizing. Like when we sat here a week and a half ago and talked to Robbie Robinson, I said, have you reached your peak yet? He said, no way, man. You know, why accept the fact that you're done growing physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, relationally, financially, in any of these areas? As a parent, I'm still becoming a better parent every day. Someone asked me the other day about my 27-year-old son here in a few days. How do you handle when something like this happens? I handle it differently now than I would have when he was Titan's age or a teenager. I have to, because if I tried to handle it the old way, which is non-growing as a parent, it would only cause conflict in him holding back and going, F you, I'm not going to listen to you. I let him do him, and I observe, and I'm there when he needs me. And I lead by example. And I'm the guy that walks in the gym and talks to everybody and says nice things. And he observes me, and then I observe him doing the same thing. And I'm like, wow, look at that. I didn't even need to say a word. All I needed to do was be me, authentically me, and who I am. And I'm not, one of my coaching clients texted me this morning. I have high-end guys that I coach now. Like, I've taken my stuff to a new level. Yeah, and I wasn't believing that for a long time, but now I know I'm worth 10 times more than I'm charging these guys. And he said, Clark, I love that you are authentically you. That is your power. You are authentically you. And I was like, yes, you know?
We have someone here that is a fireman. So I just want to say, first off, Clark's with me on this, and Mona is that military, first responders like police officers and firemen, much respect and love. Thank you for what you guys do. You guys are what makes America great, and we appreciate you guys. Please be safe doing your job, and we appreciate that you found our YouTubes and stuff and doing this, and you watch this as gladiators. But keep doing your thing. I just want to give a shout out to anybody on here that's a first responder and a police officer and stuff. Just be safe, do your thing. We respect you guys.
Not you, Bobo. Get off.
Yeah, and hey, you know what I'm doing, Mike, now is, remember when we did that event on the Midway with my buddy Cliff, the Battle at Sea? I have now teamed up with him, and this is for first responders and anyone, you know, that serves in that capacity, where there's a competition series that will be held on the deck of museums, retired aircraft carriers, in the fleet, where my buddy Cliff Walker has created this program. He's brought me in as a Marine to really honor people who serve in that capacity, but give them a chance to compete and really prove to the world and prove to themselves that, you know, fitness is, that's what I was going to say, that fitness is truly the catalyst. And this is a good segue from that comment to what I wanted to say. Fitness is the gateway to everything that you want in your life. If you want more money, fitness is the gateway. If you want a better relationship, fitness is the gateway. If you want anything to be improved in your life, Mike and I and Mona and everyone here will agree, the whole team there at Mike's house, that fitness, when you really understand the value of you living in your healthiest body, whether that's ripped up, lean, or just a better checkup at your doctor next time, that is truly the gateway to you achieving everything you want in your life. That's a fact. I challenge anyone to challenge me on that statement.
it's funny because I was just talking about that yesterday. All of our friends that we know that are multimillionaires will turn that money into just be healthy, injury free, be able to work out and be active and go out and throw the football like you do, go swimming and feel comfortable. That money is secondary to them just having that back. And for anybody that's out there that goes, oh no, I'm okay being a little chunky and stuff. You're saying that, but you're not living and believing that. So
That's an upper limiting belief, that it's an upper limiting problem that is kicking you back down into being the person that somewhere on the inside, you know, you're not necessarily satisfied with. And I'm not saying this in a judgmental way. I'm saying it in a way that if you're really honest with yourself, you know, there's something inside of you that's saying, I know there's more I can get out of me. And it's a never ending deal. Like Mike said, I'm almost 60. I'm not stopping. Like when I'm done here, I'm walking back in, I'm going to go do an hour of cardio. And
you got 20 years just to catch Robbie.
Yeah, man.
You and I both, man. Right. And it's like, when you guys are, no, we know Robbie. Robbie's the level. We're not even close to Stan Efford and said, hey, are you going to stop today so I can stop? I go, nah, today ain't the day, friend. Today ain't the day.
Or a guy says, I'm going to catch up to you. And I'm like, what makes you think I'm waiting for you?
Yeah, I know. We'll stay out for that because that's one of the things that I got time. I'm sorry. What? Clark, we'll see you tomorrow, but thank you for hanging out today and showing us again what it takes to do what you've done. And you're still willing to go into this tussle because it's been a while since Mona dieted like this and trained like this. So I'm curious to see what you guys create.
That's going to be awesome. And you know what? Let me go back to this shirt. You guys noticed it when I put it on. And sometimes when you wear something on your chest, it can manifest something in you that you might not be able to on your own. Honestly, like I truly am a rebel. I go against the society's norms of what it should be as a 58-year-old person. So something as simple as wearing a shirt like this that you can get from Mike today, and I'm not trying to sell a shirt, I'm trying to sell you on the concept of believing in what you're capable of by buying into these words and ideas that might not be typical to the regular person that I'm looking all around me in this parking lot, but should be something that we embrace and run with because we want more from ourselves than everybody else wants for theirs.
Because you are a rebel. And my shirts is the uniform. I could say that it's the Titan uniform and everything means something. And the rebel and Titan isn't the representation of me. It's all of us. We are all Titans. And Rebel's a deep-hearted one because that's me as that young kid couldn't read. That I said, no, you guys already excluded me. I'm staying over here. I'm going to be the odd cat. I'm going to be the rebel. I'm going to be the outcast and live my life. And that's what that shirt kind of stands for, that we're going to be that unique breed.
You know, that's a whole nother thing that we should talk about later because I was thinking about that yesterday and you specifically when it comes to these labels that are put on us at a young age that could cause us to think we're stupid. Let me tell everybody about Mike O'Hearn. Mike O'Hearn is a bright individual. And when I say bright, that to me is the most powerful way to describe somebody's intellect and somebody's ability to really navigate life and life's problems in situations. And there are a lot of things about Mike that so many people don't know that his brightness have allowed him to be in his life and allow him to set himself up in the position that he has set himself up in. So if you have a learning disability out there, if you're someone who's been labeled and put in the class separate from the mainstream class, don't let that dictate the direction of your life because it goes back to the statement I made earlier. If you believe those things, then that will be the direction that your life takes. But if you say, this is what makes me special, then your life will move in the direction of your most powerful thought. That is what made Mike special. That is part of what made Mike the champion that he is in every category that he's a champion in. And there's more than one. So there you go.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. we will talk again tomorrow. We'll probably jump on because we're going to get together tomorrow down in San Diego, or close to, down at Clerk's compound, where he has an incredible athletic, I call it more of an athletic setup gym program. And we'll do some fun stuff down there with him tomorrow, maybe some kip ups or some silly stuff like that.
There you go.
I think you might have the rings. Do you have the rings?
I have no rings at my house, but I got a lot of other tough, fun toys that we can play with. At least tour the people around and show them the gym and you know.
I didn't get to use as a kid coming up in training that would have helped me athletically. And we're going to show you some of those things, and we're going to show you Titan on those with his godfather, Clark Bartram, Mr. Natty himself. And did we send him a top natty?
It's on the way.
It's on the way. I hope it gets there.
Oh.
You have a new shirt coming, son, and you're going to love this one.
Oh, I need that because the trolls are alive and well.
See you tomorrow.
Let's go.
Oh,
Look
that's
at
my
that.
point.
Look at that. Bye, buddy.
All right. See ya.